Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I'm going to teach you how to convert radians to degrees or degrees to radian. Of course, there's a PDF file on the description below for you to download and you can work with me if you like. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. So let's say we have a unit circle. So unit circle means the radius of 1 unit, okay? And we know that the circumference of a circle, so circumference of a circle is 2 pi times the radius, right? So 2 pi r if you like. So the radius is 1 because it's a unit circle. So we have 2 pi times 1. So therefore the circumference of this circle is 2 pi. And we know that in one revolution, there are 360 degrees. So in another word, from here to here, the whole revolution, 360 degrees. So if I divide this by 2 on both sides, so let me divide by this by 2, I divide this by 2, that cancel out. So 360 divided by 2 is 180 degrees. So that will give me pi. So therefore, okay, 1 pi radians is equal to 180 degrees, okay? So please keep this in mind for me. So 1 pi is equal to 180 degrees. So we're going to use this to do the following exercise. But before that, how about if we divide everything by pi? Let's see what happens. So first of all, we know that 1 pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. So if I divide this by pi, so that means 1 radian, okay? So radian is equal to, so I go 180 divided by pi. So that gives me this. So I press the MS button. So 1 radian is roughly about 57 degrees and 18 minutes. Let me just write this down. So roughly about 57 degrees and 18 minutes. How about, let's work out 1 degree is how many radians, okay? So we know that 1 pi is equal to 180 degrees. So if I divide this by 180, I divide this by 180. So I go shift pi divided by 180. So therefore 1 degree is roughly about 0.2 radian. So 1 degree is about 0.02 radians. So 1 degree is equal to 0.02 radians, corrected to decimal place, right? Roughly. So when we want to convert from radians to degrees, so we times by 180 degrees over pi because we want degrees. Now, if you want to convert degrees to radians, so we need to times by pi over 180 degrees. So let's say, for example, so let's say if I want to convert pi over 4 into degrees. So therefore, I put the degrees on top. So like this. So pi over 4, I times by, because I want degrees, so I put the degrees on top. 180 over pi, because 180 degrees is equal to pi. So this cancel out. So that will give me 180 divided by 4. So you half of 180 is 90 and half of 90 is 45 degrees. There you go. So pi over 4 is 45 degrees. So if I want, let's say I want pi over 6. So I want to work out how many degrees is pi over 6. So I want degrees. So therefore, I just times by 180 degrees, put the degrees on top and over pi. So this cancel out. So therefore, okay, pi over 6 is equal to, so 18 divided by 6 is 3. So therefore 30 degrees. There you go. How about this one here? Pi over 2. Again, remember we want degrees. So we times by 180 degrees over pi. because 1 pi is 180 degrees. Just remember that, okay? Over 2, I times 180 degrees over pi. So that cancel out, and that give me 90 degrees. So pi over 2 is 90 degrees. So let me write this down. So let's say I have pi over 3. Okay? So pi over 3, and I want to work out how many degrees is in pi over 3. So pi over 3, I times by 180 degrees over pi, because 180 degrees is 1 pi, okay? So if I cancel this, now 18 divided by 3 is 6. So that give me 60, and this is pi over 3. Please take note, okay? This is quite important, because pi over 4 is 45 degrees, and pi over 6 is 30, and pi over 2 is 90 degrees, and pi over 3 is 60 degrees. So if you can remember these following angles or radians, that'd be fantastic, because we're going to use this all the time. So please take note, okay? Let me repeat. Pi over 4 is 45 degrees. Pi over 6 is 30 degrees. Pi over 2 is 90 degrees. And last but not least, pi over 3 is 60 degrees, because these angles and these radians are quite common. We use this all the time. So let's go convert from degrees to radian, okay? So let's say I have 150 degrees. So I want to convert 150 degrees to radian. So therefore, because I want radian, so I put the radian on top. So I just go 150 degrees, I times pi over 180, because 180 degrees is equal to pi, okay? So I put that in a calculator. So I can just quickly go 150 times pi over 180. That will give me 2.6799 and so on radians, okay? But then if we want in terms of pi or exact, so what we can do, we just ignore the pi and we just go 150 divided by 180. So we just go 150 over 180. So there you go. That will give you exact. So that means 5 pi over 6. So I just write 5 pi over 6. There you go. This is exact or in terms of pi's. Of course, if you want in terms of decimals, so just using calculator. That's easiest, okay? Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's go into it. So first one, so we want to convert these degrees in radians. So we want in terms of pi or exact form if you like. So what we do, we just times this by pi, because we want radian, so we need to put the radian on top, okay? So over 180 degrees. So what I do, I just put that in the calculator. So I just go 65 divided by 180 equal and SD button. So 13 pi over 36. So 13 pi over 6 radians, yeah? And next one. So we go 120 degrees and we just times this by pi over 180 degrees. So then I can just put in a calculator 120 over 180 and it give you answer, okay? Otherwise, we just go like this. We cancel this and then 12 over 18 both divided by 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. So 2 pi and 18 divided by 6 is 3. So 2 pi over 3. Now this one here. So we have 18 degrees and 15 minutes. So all I need to do is just put in a calculator. But what I do this now is I just write it out. So times by pi, because we want radian. So we put pi on top. Okay, remember that for me. Okay, if you want degrees, you put 180 on top over pi. So that's how you do it. So 180. 80 degrees and 15 minutes over 180 and equal, and I press the SD button. So 107 pi over 240. So 107 pi over 240. There you go. Otherwise, you can just put 80.25 over 180 and it also works because 15 minutes is 0.25 of an hour. So if you put 80.25 over 180 and it should work also, okay? SD. There you go. 107 pi over 240. I hope you got all of them correct. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you. So we want to convert these to degrees. Of course, we want degrees, so therefore we'll put 180 degrees on top, okay, over pi. So keep that in mind. So what I do, I times by 180 over pi. And this cancel out. And 2/3 times 180. You can just put in a calculator, okay? Otherwise, we go 18 divided by 3 is 6. And 6 times 2 is 12. So 120 degrees. There you go. Similarly, we just times by 180 degrees over pi because we want degrees, okay? So we just simplify or just use calculator. So all I need to do is 7 over 4 and times 180. There you go. 315 degrees. It's part C. So what we do, again, we times by 180 degrees over pi. And this pi cancel, of course. Then we just go 4 over 5 times 180. So we just go 4/5 times 180. There you go. 144 degrees. Hope you got all of them correct. Last one. Please try them yourself. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? So we want to convert these degrees into radians. So therefore, we need to put pi over 180. Remember that, okay? If we want radian, we put pi on top, okay? If we want degrees, we put degrees on top. Just remember, okay? So what I do, I times this by pi. And because 1 pi equal 180 degrees. So make sure we have to write pi over 180. And then because we want to correct to 2 decimal place, all we need to do now is we put in a calculator. That's all. So I just go 75 times pi divided by or over. Doesn't matter how you put in a calculator. So that's it. And we want 2 decimal place. So 1.31 radian. Okay. So 1.31 radians. All right, we do. Okay. And next one is 47 degrees. So we times by pi because we want radians. Okay. So 180. So I just put that in a calculator. So we go 47 times pi divided by 180. There you go. 2 decimal place. So which is 0.82 radians. 0.82 radians. And last one, we want in radians as well. Okay, so we times by pi over 180. So times by pi over 180. So that will give me, I just write equal here. Okay, so what I do, I go 123 degrees 43 minutes times by pi and divided by 180. Then we get this. But then the calculator doesn't know what's happening. Okay, so we need to press DMS because this is actually not degrees. Okay, so we press degrees, minute button, the bubble button if you like. So that's it. So 2.16 radians. Okay, so 2.16 radians. All right, so we do. There you go. I hope you got all of them correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.